Hi. Thanks for coming to Diane Potter Yoga. I'm Diane Potter. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so honored. Today we're going to use 2 blocks and possibly a tennis ball. Yoga Dance 20. I'm so thrilled. So let's just get right to it, starting in a child's pose. Do some 5 deep grounding slow breaths. Look up. Bring your armpits closer to the earth. Reach fingertips closer to the top of the mat and sink your hips closer to your heels and make the arms a little active here. Now, the left hand, reach it to the sky. You're gonna thread the needle right underneath. Just let your left temple rest on the ground. Breathe into your left shoulder. The entire shoulder should be feeling a stretch. Now reach it back to the top of the mat. Let your arms collapse for breath. Feel the difference. Feel the difference in each armpit as you reach them to the ground. You surrender your hips and your forehead. And relax. And breathe. What brings you to the mat today? What kind of energy would you like to create for yourself today? What energy would you like to embody today? Bring your right arm up, thread it through. First thing that comes to your mind, but it could be as light as lightness. I want to be light. Could be as lofty as I want to embody unconditional love or compassion, unending compassion, or grace. Breathe. What comes up for you? Believe that it's on the way. You believe that that which you want is for your highest good is on the way. When you put your intention into it, it's like a catapults the manifestation. Press your elbow armpits down, lift your chin up. Reach your shoulders away from each other. You just bounce. Just come up a little higher, just bounce in child's pose. Not child's pose, but maybe halfway between child's pose and puppy pose. Bouncing your chest. Let's roll onto our forearms for Sphinx pose. Hips are down. Look over your left shoulder. Look at your feet. Make sure they're coming right out of your hips. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe. If you feel you need a little more depth here, you can take some blocks right in front of your rib cage, underneath your rib cage. Squeeze your butt. Lift through your heart. Chest is reaching through. Breathe. Press into your elbows and press into your knees and come up. And walk your hands under your shoulders and nice rounded cat pose. Exhale.
belly in. And let's do one whole breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale.
Chin lifts, heart lifts, tailbone lifts, breathe in. You can even scoot back and forth. And breathe, a couple breaths here. You can go side to side, warming up your wrists. And place your fingers. Now, either fingers here, they can go to the sides of your mat. You can sway side to side. Or they can face your body.
And make some cat cows here. Inhale, chin up.
Hips up, look up. Tailbone lifts up. Exhale, fold.
Tuck your tail, tuck your chin. Bring your forehead down. Top of the head down, sorry.
Inhale, look up, chin up, hips up. Exhale, round.
Now,
if you can, all your toes are on the ground, so you can stretch into your feet as well as through your wrists. Breathe, and it's okay if your wrists lift from the floor. Ooh, face forward. Now we're going to come into a plank and then just lower. Keep the elbows hugging in close as you lower down. Elbows are bent for a cobra. If you're going to try, see if you can straighten them as much as you can. Breathe in, lift to your heart. Squeeze your tailbone, squeeze your butt. I always say, always your butt, not your tailbone. Squeeze it, breathe. And you can walk hands closer. Maybe you can look up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, press into your hands, press into your knees, and come into a child's pose for a breath. Exhale.
inhale. Exhale. And then round up through cat again. Put your toes on the ground, hover your toes. Rounding through the, separating your shoulder blades and reaching through the spine. And covering your knees. And press your arms towards each other, helps you get stronger. Core is engaged, super engaged. Breathe. And lift into a downward facing dog. Breathe. Pedal out your feet here. Bend your knees, straighten them. You can bend your knees, press into your fingertips, reach your hips all the way back. You can feel this into your lower hips, your lower back. Sorry, your lower back, top of the butt. And then swing your hips to the right. Look up above your right shoulder. Center, swing your hips to the left, look over your right shoulder. And let's walk our hands and our feet towards each other. Walk your feet or your hands, whatever you feel like. Bend your knees as much as you need to just rest your stomach on your knees. Rest your head completely. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the neck. And work your legs towards straight. And perfectly fine if they're not straight for the first one. And if they're not straight for the first one, push your weight into your heels. Core is engaged, breathe. And if you want to work towards straight, you can straighten your legs. Push your weight towards your toes. Core engages, that's where you find the balance. It's kind of thrilling, isn't it? You could fall over. What's stopping you is the blocks, the Mula Bandha. Exhale completely. Uddiyana Bandha, 2 inches below your belly button. It keeps you buoyant. Keep trying to find that throughout the practice and roll up one vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms to the side, breathe in. Exhale, hips forward, belly in, core is engaged. Another back right here, breathe in.
Exhale, fold over, arms go over your head like your skier's position. Knees are bent.
Clasp your hands, straighten your legs, fold over your legs with your wrists reaching away from you. Reaching maybe towards the floor. And don't judge. Don't judge yourself. Just be with your breath. Kind to yourself. Bend your knees, coming back into his skiers. From here. So you're bending your knees and you reach your arms up. Okay? Or you can keep your hands on your legs. Keep your hands on your legs into your hips. Push into your heels. Scoot your butt under. Take chair pose. Reach arms back. Clasp your hands behind your back. Fold over your legs. If you have that block handy, place it right behind you. Maybe second height. Folding over your legs, sorry. Your arms are reaching away from your feet, towards your feet at the same time, simultaneously away and towards. So bring your arms away from your body as you lift your tailbone to the sky. It doesn't matter so much whether your legs are bent or not. If you bend your legs, you'll feel this deeply into your lower back, and that's cool. That's what you want. Breathe. Bend your legs, bend your knees, bring your hips. All right, chair pose. We're gonna continue to sit. Sitting. We're supposed to sit on the block. Didn't happen for me. I'm gonna try that again. Let's try that again and see how I screwed that up. Maybe it was too close. Okay, so arms are reaching up. Let's continue to sit in a chair. Sitting in a chair, take a look at the block. Make sure your butt sits on it. That's better. If you look at the block, it works better. Okay, arms up. Let's take right hand front to the right, left hand behind you to the left. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, hands to the ceiling. Exhale, open, right hand behind, left hand in front, breathe. Hands to the ceiling, open up to the right, left. Inhale, open up to the right. Inhale. We're going to bring our weight forward. You can use your hands or not. I just push my weight into my heels. Fold over the legs. Hands clasped behind you. Wrists are reaching towards the wall in front of you. And bend your knees. Then come into Utkatasana chair pose. Sitting down. Sit a little deeper. Raise your hand, reach a little higher, sit a little deeper, sit a little deeper, sit a little deeper. Look at the block, see if you can sit on the block. Excellent. Open your arms to the left, to the ceiling, to the right, to the ceiling, to the left, to the ceiling, to the right. Place, look forward. Now we're going to use your feet, press into your heels, stick your butt behind you. Sit a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper. Come all the way up. Reach up, toes, up to your toes, balancing here. Hands to your heart. We're going to do drinking bird. Keep your collarbone lifted. Keep your gaze on this point. Keep your toes tippy-toed. And then just fold over your legs. Heels, put your weight into your heels as you take a squat. Look at the block, squat a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. Sit on the block, hands to the ceiling, open to the left, breathe, to the ceiling, right to the right, open to the left, using the core for the twist. Wrap your lungs around your heart so you can twist it a little deeper. Up. One more this side. Exhale. Hands in front of you.
Squeeze into your heels. We're going to come on up and then squeeze your butt all the way up to a standing. Squeeze your butt and then squeeze at the top. Tippy-toed. Hands to your heart for drinking bird. Might be easier if you bring your legs closer together, touching. Gaze is on a point. Core is engaged. Heart and collarbone are lifted. And then slowly, take your time as you fold over your legs for drinking bird. Nice. Put your feet down, walk your feet out a little bit. Look at the block behind you. Scoot a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower. Sit down. Okay. It's getting intense, isn't it? That'll be the last one. Open and up and open, up, open, up. Now, hug your knees, hug your chest into your knees. We're going to just come down on our knees for a second. Grab 2 blocks. We're gonna actually use these blocks, opening our hips, and it's kind of massage. So what you do is take the point of the block, and then put it right into your like trochanter, outer hip, just anywhere that you feel it. You feel the sensation, and the more weight you put into it, the more you're gonna feel it. And this could be enough. You just stay here and breathe. If you want to go deeper or find a different sensation, you can lie down. Knees are to the ceiling. And just breathe. Feel the, I just want to say kind of like a knot chasing, like there is a knot. Most people have them in your butt, and if you don't feel it, you can move the block until you feel it, because you will. You'll feel it. Just surrender and breathe. Your knees can be separated. They can also be together. Constructive rest with a shiatsu type trigger point release. I wanted to get the hips warm before we did it, and that's what we did. So we're going to, I think, continue through a flow that's maybe a little challenging, and then rest, and then, flow that's a little challenging. That's my goal today, to get the hips in all different manners. Breathe. You're right where you're supposed to be. Take happy baby. So the blocks can again lift them. As you lift your hips, put the blocks where you want them to be, right on the outside or outer edges of your hips, and take happy baby. You can still, even though maybe the sacrum's not going to touch the ground because of the blocks, you can work the sacrum towards the ground in this pose. Letting the outer hips release, inner hips release. You can straighten one leg to the right. And if you can grab your toe or any part of the leg and just let gravity and maybe a little bit of help bring it down towards the earth. And switch legs. And hug your knees into your chest. Let's just look over to the left. Let your knees drop to the left. This is just for a breath or two.
And swing your knees to the center. Hug your knees, head to your knees. And let it pull to the left. Look over your right. Just a couple breaths. To the center, head up. Let's come to a boat. Low boat, medium boat, high boat, medium boat, core is engaged, low boat, belly's in, inhale, medium boat, high boat. Hold out your legs if you fell, we rub back. Okay, take the high boat, let's hold on to our legs and bring the legs closer to us. Breathe. Let's take the medium boat. Energy between your hands, collarbones lifted, chest is lifted, lower your legs. Cross your legs over. Let's take a leg pose. Let's actually, we hover and table first. 5 breaths. Take the left knee, cross it in front of the right, hover. Figure 4, hovering figure 4, straighten the figure 4 until figure 4, downward facing dog. Take your left knee to your left shoulder. Take your left knee to your right shoulder. This is elbow, left knee to your right elbow. Let's unwind around and come into a side plank, or you could just cross the legs, that's fine. Unwind, plank, side plank, left side. Lift the hips. Back to downward facing dog. Back to float your dog. Cross the right ankle over the left knee for floating figure 4. Straighten up for down dog in figure 4. Let's wrap the right leg around the left and take a plank pose. Side plank pose. Let's spin around the other way. The right leg is on the ground now. Left knee can come up, lift up. If you want it, breathe. Lift your left arm over your ear. Hips are lifting. Place your left hand on the ground. Take your knee to your shoulder, left knee, left wrist, left shoulder, left knee, left wrist. Come into a, just for breath. High, pigeon, breathe, figure 4. Hands in front of the legs, straighten the left leg and straighten the right leg. And bend into a pigeon. Straighten the pigeon. Fold over. Kind of like, this is more like a pyramid, maybe a half pyramid, half standing pigeon, I guess. It's because you're just straightening the leg and standing it and bending. Chin up, lift up, heart up, and straighten, fold over. So when you inhale, you lengthen. When you exhale, you fold all the time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring your legs back to a downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up, reaches for the sky. Shift your body forward over your wrist, right knee to right shoulder. Breathe. 1. Right knee to right wrist. Right knee to right shoulder. Reach it back. Bend the left knee, right knee to the ceiling. Make circles with the right knee. Foot, knee to the ceiling. Foot squeeze into the butt. Make sure your wrists are even so you're distributing your weight evenly. Place your right foot touching your left foot. Bring the left foot to the ceiling. Bend your left knee. Make circles. We're not finished with the pigeon on the right side. I know. I just wanted a little extra lubrication in the hip joint. Foot to the ceiling, knees bent. Breathe. Press it to hands equally. And feet touch, toes touch. Right leg to the sky. Right leg to the right shoulder. Left shoulder. Right shoulder. Left shoulder. Right wrist. Left wrist. Right wrist. Take the pigeon. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale. Nice long pigeon. Upright. Be here only for a couple breaths. Hands are in front of the leg. Push into the hands and straighten the right leg out. Fold over the leg. Breathe. I know that is the IT band. Outer hip stretch, and I'm feeling it too. Right leg bends, chin up, look up, and straighten. Exhale, inhale, bend, chest lifts, hips down. Exhale, straighten, hips back, straight back. Chin looks up, and chin tucks in on the straight leg. When you bend your leg, your chin goes up, and when you straighten your leg, your chin goes in. Breathe. And stay 5 breaths here. You can tense your fingers, you can be on blocks. You can use blocks at any time. Let's walk our feet, hands to the center. Even our feet, toes are pointing in. Walk the heels of your hands towards the heels of your feet and push the ground into your hands. Try to see if you could rest your head on the mat. And walk your hands right underneath your nose. Take your right hand to the ceiling. Now, once you, just for a breath, put your right hand right on your hips. Make sure they're squared and they're even. And we're really gonna work this stretch for opening up in between our middle back here, the middle back stretch. Usually I kind of rush through this, but let's linger here. Push your hips back. Maybe they're even, squared evenly. Right arms up. Breathe. More to upper back. I would say just twist for the entire spine. Wait for it. And if you got it, right hand comes down under your nose. Square your hips. Left hand to the ceiling. Look at the left hand. Breathe. Hips are squared. Trying to work your left shoulder right on top of your right shoulder. Breathe. Doesn't matter if it's there. Just imagine, with time, walk your hands as far forward as you can reach and take hammock pose. Hank your head. Bring your hips back. If your hands slid, walk them a couple inches further in front of you, away from your hips. Your hips pulling back away from your hands. Breathe. And walk your hands to the inner, and then rest your left knee on the ground and just go back and forth, side to side. If there is anything that is not touched there so far and heat it up, we're just gonna do that right now. Let's straighten and bend the right leg. Fold over the right leg. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, hips forward. Inhale, exhale, hips back. Inhale, hips forward. Let's use this. Let's use this. Press your knee and the heel, the right heel and the left knee towards each other for balance. Arms up. Anjaneyasana. You can be on the top of your foot if you like. Squeeze your feet, knees together, and then drop your hips so you're active in the pose. Core is engaged. And when you're ready, fold over the right leg. If you're ready, take the toes up to the ceiling. Bring the right leg forward into lizard pose again. Come down. You can be on your hands or you could be on your elbow holding your right ankle with your left hand. And you could stay here if you want. You can bend the left leg and then hold it if you want. Bring it closer to your hips. Looking over your right shoulder, sinking your hips. And left leg is down. Let's heel toe the right foot across the mat for the pigeon. Breathe in here, 3 breaths. Up in the air, high pigeon. Clasp your hands behind you. Let's touch the chest down to the leg 3 times. Exhale down, inhale up. Your forehead may hit the floor, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One hand behind the leg and the other and outside the knee. So I guess the foot would be in front of the, not above it, but below, towards the bottom of the mat of your right foot. Straighten the legs. Exhale, fold and bend. Fold. And straight bend, hips down and straighten. Tent the fingers. See if you can lift through your core to take the right leg to the ceiling. I know where to angle the mat. Let's cross the right foot over the left foot and come back into the downward dog. And left foot to the ceiling. Bend your knee, left knee to the ceiling. Evenly distributed weight, pressing into both hands equally. Left knee to your left shoulder. Drop your left foot outside your hand. Use this again too. First, you can drop the right knee and sway from side to side. See if there's anything you're holding or you just acquired. We're gonna let it go so we can get deeper into it. Create space so spirit can flow through us. Let's walk the left hand outside the left foot, maybe heel toe the left foot in a bit, and then fold over the right leg, left leg. Let's just bend and straighten a few times, like hips forward, chin up. And then fold back, exhale down. Chin up, chin in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold your head. Inhale, look up, hips forward. Exhale, fold your head. Inhale, look up, hips forward. Exhale, fold your head. Inhale, let's use the opposites here for the balance and for building strength. So knee
is reaching towards the left heel. Left heel is reaching to the knee. So squeeze it and create some energy and some strength there. And then hands up. You want to sink your hips. Once you've got that established, sink your hips. Take a back bend. Squeeze your butt. Fold over the left leg as you straighten it out. Fold over.
Half Hanumanasana, half split pose. Breathe. Bend the left knee. Put the right hand down.
Left hand to the ceiling. Go over the left shoulder. We're going to walk the hands and the feet towards the center of the mat. Take a nice long straight spine. Angle your toes towards each other.
Bring your head close to the mat. If your head does not touch the mat, bring your feet a little further apart until it does. Press into your hands. Press in as you lift your arms, feet. Exhale, engage to come up into a headstand if you want it. If not, just keep working your head towards the floor. It's a wonderful stretch. Breathe. 5 breaths. And lower your legs. Heels reach away from each other. Using the opposite. So take a nice slow descent using the core. If you can just tap the floor. Just tap it before you put your weight down. Excellent. Okay. And release that. Walk your hands in front. Send your hips back. Rest in hammock pose. And walk your hands to frame the left foot. Fold over the left leg. Bend the left knee.
We were here just a second ago for the other side. Breathe. Make it big. I would like to grab a block and put it right behind my, okay, so from here, we're gonna grab a block, kind of close by, right? Here, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Put the block behind you so you can see it. Maybe put it on a lower level this time. We're gonna sit, hands on our waist, our hips if you want. Sit a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. I dropped. Hopefully you didn't drop, but you know what? We're working on foot building. Showing up and building strength. Exhale, inhale, look up. Exhale, open. 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 Inhale. Now, press into your heels. Try to use your strength to come up. Slowly, reach out, back. Slowly. Come to your tippy toes. Bring your hands to your heart. If you want to walk your toes together, maybe make it easier, or knees. My knees touch before my toes do. If you can do it, good. Let's try it again. Tippy toes. Press your legs together. Gaze soft at a point. Fold over, keep lifting through your collarbones. Drinking bird. Drop your heels, place your hands behind you, interlace your hands. Bring your hands over your head. Come to a skier's pose. Come to a squat, sitting pose. Keep sitting. Down on the block, straighten your arms. Wait, come up. And open. Up. Open. That reminds me that we have to do the other side of pigeon. Up and
forward, press into your heels and come all the way up and fold all the way over your legs. See if you can take the backs of your forearms right to your legs. See if you can pull your body close to your legs. And it's okay if you're bending your legs perfectly fine. Keep just reaching through your tailbone out. That stretch reaches right into the lower back. Breathe, surrender. Walk your hands in front, step your feet back. Left leg reaches up. Left knee to the left shoulder. Left knee to the right shoulder. Left knee to the left elbow. Left knee to the right elbow. Left knee to the left wrist. Left knee to the right wrist. Shoulder, shoulder, wrist, wrist. Shoulder, shoulder, drop the knee. Take the pigeon upright. Breathe. We are now stretching out the inner flexors, inner hip flexors, the inner hips. Breathe. And clasp your hands behind your back. Reach your heart forward. And then fold over your legs. See if you can tap your nose or forehead to the floor. Exhale, inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Now, come all the way up. Straighten your legs and fold over the right leg. And fold over the left leg. And then the left leg. Again, into that pigeon. So we'll go around it. Let's take a little twist here. And now take the elbow to the left foot. And now let's just sink over for the pigeon. Fold over the leg. If you would like to have a block here, and put the block under your hip. The ankle, actually, for the massage is lovely. If you want to do that, I prefer a tennis ball. Right into any part of the butt, I feel will help me release any holding in the hips. Breathe. If you want to take a twist, bring the right arm to the right to the ceiling. Kind of starting with threading the needle. If you want to take the left hand around, if you want to see if you can bind with the back, or just relax it on your back, or maybe you can grab the left foot with your left hand. Breathe. And relax it, unwind out of this. And then come back. Swing your right leg all the way in front of your left leg. And the ball's still there under my hip and it feels really good. But if it bothers you, you can take it out. Right hand behind you. Left hand is going to, you can hug the knee. You can hug the knee into your chest as you look over the right shoulder. Nice long spine. Your hand right close, kind of close to you.
And try to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Breathe into the neck. And if one of these places, if that called you or you find you want to linger in the next stretch and twist, go ahead. It's good. It's all good. And when you're ready, you can let your neck be neutral and look over, gaze over the right shoulder. And unwind, counter twist. Look over the shoulder. Excellent. Now, let's just do some rocking the baby, cradling the left, right foot resting left elbow, and just cradle the baby, nice straight back. Now this is so very nurturing on a very deep level, something about rocking and hip love. It's very healing. Now breathe, enjoy it. And let's release. Now, see if we can come to a seated pose without the block on the, actually standing pose from here. We're going to press into our heels. You can use momentum, or you can use your hands. See if you don't need either. You can do it. See if you can do it. I couldn't do that one, but some days I can, and that's okay. Now we're on our toes. Come to your toes. If you're not on your toes, your hips are resting. Tap your knees down. Oof. Lean them up. Okay, so here we are. We're in squatting. Squatting is fun and challenging. So we'll rest our sitting bones right underneath our heels. Bring your hands to our heart. Touch your knees to the floor. Reach your arm back. Little bit of balance, little bit of core. Now we're gonna bring our upper body forward and roll to our heels. And then fold over the legs, bring the hands together. Fold over, hands are clasping over your head. Come to a runner's lunge. Skier's lunge, sorry. Skier's lunge. Sink your hips back, tuck your tailbone for chair pose. Come sitting, and then straighten the legs and fold over the legs. Swing the right leg back. Like half back. Okay, so we're going to do another kick switch. Kick switch, kind of like a handstand play. You can just do a little tiny hop switch if you like, or you can make it as big as you want. Use your core. And feel the compression between the thigh and the ab wall, then the left leg. And we're going to just bend the left leg and kind of step up and switch feet in the sky and then come back down on the left. Left leg reaches up and swing it down, right leg reaches up for the pigeon prep. Right knee crosses the left for figure four, reach the hips down. Straighten the legs for downward facing dog in figure four. Right knee to the right shoulder, right knee to the right wrist. Take the pigeon on the right. Clasp your hands behind you. Open your heart. Fold 3 times, tap your head. Inhale, lift up. Release. Touch your hands, bring your heart through. This is a great place for, the massage. So the angle, the corner of the block, you're gonna put right into a fleshy part of your hip. So get like a little massage into that section before as you fold. That might be too high for some of you, and you might prefer to be closer to the earth, and then you would want to use a tennis ball. So you're gonna have the tennis ball right into your butt. And roll around. And fold over and breathe. Maybe shimmy on the way down. Maybe stay and linger here at the top for a few breaths. Getting the hip flexor stretch. Yeah, I think it's best not to skip on this part, so let's wait out. Let's all do this here. Lifting the heart. Press your hands in. Reach hips even forward. And look up. And then when you're ready, just fold over the legs. Breathe. Now, the left hand sweeps up. You take the angle through. Take a twist here and pigeon. If you want, you can reach your left right arm behind you. You can see if you can bind the right hand to the right foot. You don't have to. You just see if you want to. Maybe that opens up your heart a little more to the ceiling for the twist. Breathe. You're ready. Come on up. Walk yourself up. Take the left leg, swing it around. All the way around. Take the twist. The left hand is behind you. You can either use your arm against the leg or hug the leg to you. Whatever you want to do. Straight spine. Look over the left shoulder. Let me kick your right ear to your right knee. Your right ear to your right shoulder. Sorry. Right ear to your left shoulder. Look over left shoulder. Continue to spin. Somehow my block has moved to some weird spot. All right, under my, okay, here we go. Moving, twisting, and releasing. We can take the left leg and crack the cradle out the baby here. Put both your feet together. This might be a great place for 2 blocks, right under your hips, right? So that massage, tennis ball. If you're feeling it more in one hip, you might want to put just one hip, if you can. And you want to grab 2 tennis balls. I do 2 tennis balls. So legs are in a V. And actually, a lovely way to stretch this even deeper is to put your feet on a block. Pull the block close to you. I have a tennis ball underneath each butt. You know, that works for me. If that doesn't work for you, you don't need that. But I like it. Hold over the legs. Okay. All right, so we'll continue with rocking the cradling the baby and let the tennis ball roll to any area, the next area of the hip. It's okay. It's probably gonna feel good there. All right, just rocking it, rocking the baby. You can remove the tennis balls if you want. You're going to try to take the left knee right over the left shoulder. We're going to take the right foot, cross it over the left. We're going to press our hands into the ground. Keep the elbows bent. Lift the chest. Lift the collarbone, okay? And swing your legs over to the left. On inhale, breathe. 5 breaths. And then down it. Great. Now let's cradle the other leg, the right leg. Right knee over your right shoulder. All right, so we're gonna press into our hands. As we press into our hands, it's physics, really. It's not really incredible strength. It just looks cool. It's physics. So hands are closer to the body. The more you reach your chest forward and your tailbone, the easier it's gonna be. You're not relying on your arms. You're more like just fulcrum. You're just like a weight, like a balancing kind of thing. So left leg hooks over the right. Bring the legs up to the side and breathe. Five breaths. And then release. Great. Feet are together. Look. Come to the right and press your left knee down. And reach to your left and push your right knee down. Now we're signaling to the body to slow it down. I have a wonderful way to end this, which is a technique, shavasana technique. Let me see if I put my children. The shavasana technique is we're lying on our bellies and we are placing the block, the the corner of the block right into our hip flexors. Okay, so we can gradually, with weight and time, surrender around that block. It is quite lovely and very, very, very healing for the hip flexors. So if you don't find that too distracting, I think it's wonderful to do that for. Okay, so let's do that. See, you're gonna lie down right on the block, right on the edge, the corner of the block. You're gonna put that right here, right between maybe 2 inches below your belly button, right around here, right, and then you'll sink into it, okay? And then you just, the weight will open it up. And take your time. Take this, try to linger, don't rush out of this. This is the time for you to incorporate everything. Time for you to bask in your own good energy. You can move your cheek to the other side if you like. Or you can make a pillow with your head and place it under your forehead. Pillow with your hands and your forehead on your wrists. Wherever you're most comfortable, just do it. Surrender.
incorporate. If you feel the hip flexors open or relax to its, at this point you can switch hips and put the block under the corner of the block under your left hip, and just surrender your weight around the block into the mat and release and let go of everything that's not serving you. And I'm about ready. So, we started with some back warming, but we really didn't do any back bends at all for this class, except for some clasping the hands behind the back kind of stuff. If you're up for a back bend and you feel like you need one before you end this practice, or before your real final shavasana, because I will take another on your back, everybody. You have two blocks here. You can either rest on the lower side or the middle side. Rest your hips up, actually just your sacrum. So it's right between your butt cheeks. And this is a very passive back bend. We can certainly get deeper in this for the hip flexors, and we'll take a supported fish after this. So this is like a supported back bend. If you want it higher, you could take it onto the tallest level. remain, at your tailbone. Now, on your sacrum, just above the tailbone. Not your lower back. The bone between your butt cheeks. Five more breaths. Walk your feet underneath your knees. Lift your hips up, release the block, roll down one vertebra at a time. Hug your knees into your chest. You rock side to side. Releasing your back, lower back. Hug onto your knees and make circles with your knees. Massaging out the sacrum here. And the other way. Bring your feet up for the Burrito Dandasana. Just hold your thighs. You can stay here. Perfectly wonderful. If you want to take shoulder stand, walk your hands up. It's a beautiful thing to do in this. If you cross one leg over the other, squeeze the muscles of your legs towards each other. You're feeling a lifting sensation. Now, imagine hugging your muscles to the bone and see how this twisting motion carries you upward. Lifts the posture. And switch to crossing. And knees to your forehead. You can stay here, or you can bring your feet over your head. If you got the room for it. I seem to be running out of room here. I'm gonna walk your shoulders back. Clasp my hands under my back. Or you can press your hips up. Lift to the backs of your legs. Your neck is neutral. Your chin is not touching your chest, although this shirt puffs out here, so it looks like it is. And then roll out of this. Keep your legs close. And vertebra by vertebra releases to the ground. Core is engaged all the way down. Core is engaged. Lower slowly, very slowly lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Surrender and think about the supported fish. So this will go along the brow line. I would say the second level of toe. And just put it right behind your brow line. You can put one behind your head if you like, or you can just let your head hang if you're comfortable. If you're super flexible, your head might even touch the floor here. Wonderful. It's all wonderful. If you're breathing, you're doing yoga. The perfect body for yoga is the one you got. Be kind to yourself. Breathe. Breathe in lots and lots of love. This is a heart opening pose. It's an energy creating pose. Press your wrists in, press your elbows into the ground. I have to stop doing that. Elbows into the ground, remove the blocks. Remove both blocks. This is a shavasana time. If you want the the outer hip stretch forward, just take the blocks right into the edge, the corner of the blocks right into your hips, and just sink everything down. You might not need this now, you might want it. It's really completely up to you how your body feels. But if it's not too distracting, see if you could just take the shavasana. And release it when you want to. Now they might scoot to get your entire back on the ground. And that will feel better in the hips. If your knees want to walk open to the side, if your feet want to come into the center, if you want to rest in cobbler's pose, that's an option. Heel toe your feet away from each other. Lean out your knees towards each other. You can release the blocks here if they're in your hips. Release. And you let your arms reach right behind you. And then roll over onto your arm. 3 breaths in fetal position to transition. And push into your left hand, seated pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's seal this class with an Om. Exhale completely. Inhale. Blessings on blessings. May the rest of your day unfold with grace. May you bring that grace to everyone you come in contact with today. May we be in harmony. May you be peaceful, harmonious, loving, kind, and joyful. Because that's what you're meant to be. Oh, like and subscribe, please. Share. That's always fun. Comment even. Thank you. Bye.